The student loan thing, and then also this gay website designer. There's a website designer that said, I don't want to have to make a gay porn website if I don't want to. And then it went all the way to the Supreme Court. They said, that's right, you don't. And now people are like, this is fascism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a gay porn guy try to get them to make a website?
No, it's just they sued based on like the law itself.
Yeah.
Rather than... And that's what people are upset about. But there's multiple things people are upset about.
Yeah.
Is that there wasn't actually a case to test the law. It was somebody suing over the theoretical, like, I don't know the legal word.
They're suing a state or something?
No, they sued the government for I don't know if it was a state law or a federal law that says that you're compelled to not discriminate, but if you have like a creative business, because that was a dispute with the baker. The person that made the cake that said they didn't want to bake a cake for like a...
Gay people.
Yeah, but it like, if it's like, if you're a plumber and a gay couple says like, we don't, I mean, obviously nobody wants that job, but it's like if you're a plumber and a gay couple says our sink's broken, you can't deny them service because they're gay. But that's like a clear, like straightforward job. There's no element of expression in being like a plumber, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But if you're like a cake decorator, or if you're a photographer, or if you make websites, or if you're a speechwriter, like if you were a Christian speechwriter and like a gay politician was like, hey, you have to write me a speech about how like God is fake and I'm going to be having gay sex in gay heaven.
Right.
Then like that would be, the speechwriter.
Because it's a creative field.
Yeah, because it's compelling like speech.
Yeah.
Like that one might be like a little more clear. It's just like there's like a gradient in between where it's like, okay, if somebody has to make a cake and they're like, it's up to their discretion, like certain level of like creativity or expression is involved in making the cake. The question is, like if a gay couple comes in and you're a Christian cake decorator and they're like, yeah, we want something that we want you to make something or express something that goes against your personal values. It's like, is the government allowed to compel that? And the consensus was, at least 5-6 years ago, whenever that was a thing, was that yes, they absolutely can compel you to do that. But now with the website designer, it's like, okay, yeah, a certain amount of expression is required. I don't want to be compelled to make a gay website.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court, I guess, ruled that you can't force them to do that. But then it goes the other direction, because it's like, all right, a guy that owns a restaurant says gay people can't come in and eat there. But that's a little different because you're providing them a service that was like something you already made. If a gay couple came in, they're like, I want you to make me an omelet that looks like a cock, like shooting hollandaise.
But with the bakery stuff, don't they make those kind of cock-shaped cakes for bachelorette parties?
Maybe not that bakery.
Yeah, but why don't the gay guys come dressed in like with those sashes that say bride to be and stuff? Mm-hmm. Mrs. Doubtfire style, full drag. And then they're like, one penis cake, please.
Yeah.
For us girls.
Yeah.
And then they buy one of those bachelorette cakes and they have a perfectly good penis cake for their wedding.
Yeah. I don't know. It isn't. What do you think? How do you think it should be? What should the law be? Should they be compelled to make the website and the cakes?
I don't think you should discriminate, but yeah, it is difficult when it involves.
Because the flip side is like, what if you go to like a black baker and you're like, it's a white couple, and they're like, we want a wedding cake that says, pure white marriage.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at these.
A swastika-shaped cake.
Not a swastika, but yeah, pure, like, it's good to be white, to be married. It's great when white people get married.
White people, yeah.
I mean, it's an extreme example, but like...
It's great when white people get married.
Just something absurd like that.
Yeah.
And if they said no, then it's like, okay, well, you're discriminating based on our race. Because if the objection is like, I don't want to make a white wedding cake. You know what I mean? It's like, should they be compelled to make that cake?
I think that if it's, I guess, we don't have hate speech laws in this country, right? So, like in England, for instance, like hate speech is against the law.
Yeah, well, we're
So
not
if
saying
you-
putting hate speech on a cake.
Well, you know,
Like if you
pure white wedding.
Yeah, they could just be proud to be white. That doesn't necessarily discriminate against. The cake itself doesn't necessarily need to be.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no one would do that, but
No.
you know, if someone did, theoretically.
Yeah. They're really testing things out.
Yeah.
I think this penis workaround that I came up with is pretty good, but
But that's about how to trick the baker into making the cake.
yeah, you trick them because you know how gay guys want those penis cakes
For their wedding.
for their weddings. That's what they do,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, that's like the.
So why are these bakers making them for these goddamn bachelorettes, not for these gay fellas?
Yeah, that's like the. I mean, the reason why all that shit's kind of absurd, anyways, is like a cake decorator is probably the worst example.
Right.
You know, if it had been a speechwriter or something that does require, you know, even like a wedding photographer, because that was the
Thought
other,
or ideas?
that was the other thing that like was an issue, is wedding photographers, which is like you're just taking pictures, you're just standing around taking pictures,
Yeah.
you know.
But these queers are so disgusting to you. You don't want to have to stand there taking pictures of them.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I guess people really fucking hate gay people still.
Years ago, somebody
I
reached.
thought we were cool with gay people.
Somebody-
Wasn't Will and Grace on TV like 40 years ago?
Yeah, somebody reached out to me to do stand-up comedy at Anna Wintour's birthday.
Why didn't you do it?
Because I wasn't clear whether it was actually her party or like her assistant's party. And I mean, I didn't get that far into it. I was like talking to them for a while. And they also said they wanted it to be Star Wars themed. I mean, it was probably just bullshit. It was probably just somebody fucking around.
It sounds like.
But I mean, I was like, no, I'm not doing this, you know.
Yeah.
They dropped the name and I was like, all right, my interest is piqued, you know. What could this possibly be? But they're like, yeah, he loves Star. It was a party for someone else under the auspices of the Anna Wintour brand.
But you could have been discriminated against her for being a devil who wears Prada?
Well, let's put it this way. They wanted me to write a bunch of Star Wars material. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You know, like, I'm not writing Star Wars material. I don't want to do that. Now, if they had said, well, obviously the fashion industry is gay, so if you're refusing to do it.
You're a homophobe.
Right, exactly.
If you're refusing to write gay jokes.
So if a gay couple went in and demanded a Star Wars cake,
Uh-huh.
then, and the baker said, I don't like Star Wars.
It's the same as what you did.
Well, no, but I mean, they would be allowed to do it on that basis.
Yeah, it just seems like in order to be like, I ideologically do not want to do this, there are a lot of like just ways socially they could just be like, I'm not qualified. You know, I don't know how to make a gay porn website.
Yeah.
You might want to find someone that knows how to make gay porn websites. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be, like, that's the thing, is none of these people are actually tactful. If I was a Christian baker and I didn't want to make a gay cake, I'd be like, oh, I can't do it. My hands are in my wife's pussy.
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm booked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having sex
Yeah.
with women. Mm-hmm. I'm having too much of this damn sex with the women these days.
I'm too busy having sex with women.
I'm sorry about it. Congratulations.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
you know.
I looked at my little black book and it says Sharita for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. And Tanisha's.
I'm copulating with a 450-pound black woman for
Yeah.
the next 3.5 weeks. I won't be able to make your cake for you. I'm sorry.
What about in a month and a half? Oh, Tanisha.
Yeah.
And then
people are-
Sharonda.